I think that most people fall into one of two ideas in terms of how we are shaped. Either it's nature, which means your genetics influence you, it's your grandparents' fault, good or bad, because it's
Yeah.
just it's in my genetics, it's just that's just how I'm wired, can't do anything about it, versus nurture, which is the thought that says, you know what, your environment is what really shapes and determines you. So in other words, it's your parents' fault, right? But
Right.
but really, when it comes down to it, absolutely both nature and nurture influence us, but neither one of them determine us because at the end of the day, as human beings, we have the freedom of choice, right? Things happen to us, and every single one of us have the freedom and the ability to choose how we respond when something happens. And that's incredibly empowering because that means when something happens, we get to stop it for a moment and just choose what's the best response? What's the response that's going to serve me best? Which one's going to increase my influence from a leadership perspective? Now, that's easier said than done. It's kind of like New Year's
Right. Right.
resolutions.
Yeah,
But
I was going to ask you about that.
we all can do it. We all because we all get it right sometimes. We make the right choices. And then sometimes I know I'm not the only one who's said or done something in the emotion of a moment and later
Hmm.
thought,
Hmm.
"Ooh, shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have done that." The thing is that we are emotional creatures, right? We're human. We have emotions. But it's Andy Stanley who reminds us our feelings can be terrible leaders.
Wait a minute. So every now and then we get to, I don't like the term tweetable moments, but we get to the term writable moments. Whereas you should be grabbing a piece of paper and pencil and writing that down. Say that again for us.
We are human beings, right? We have
Hmm.
emotions. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
When things happen, particularly things that we don't like, we have get feelings that come up, emotions bubble to the surface. But every single one of us have the power to choose how we respond. And it's Andy Stanley who says those feelings can be terrible leaders.